Man, welcome back to the Fake Stuff Podcast. Back at it again, doing what we do. And I know if you're watching us on YouTube and you see some ugly ass motherfuckers on here, man, it's because we bringing some new people onto the podcast. I just can't even get over NDB's bald head over there.
Oh man, what you talking about? It looks good, don't it?
But before I talk about them guys, as always, the Craft Man is in the building. What's going on, Craft Man?
Nothing. Just rocking the Kincaid jersey tonight. I feel like it was appropriate because, he was such a beast in that Chiefs game. And if we got any Bills fans, listening to us, I figured they would want to be reminded of that awesome catch he made at the end of the game, to put him in position to win. So had to show some respect.
It's funny because I was high on Kincaid at the beginning of the year, man. Sorry ass, man. But hey, I introduced the Craft Man, but the crazy thing is we got another motherfucking Craft Man on here because our original Craft Man wasn't good enough. So we brought another Craft Man on here. So we got Brad in the building. What's going on, Brad?
Oh, not much, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, just the same old, same old. We're glad to have Brad on. He won tons of championships this year, so the man said he wanted to start a podcast. We're like, well, you might as well just hop on us. I know, Brad, you won Average Joe's. That's correct, right? Our Average Joe's League.
Yeah, I won Average Joe's. Yeah.
You ain't got to be so humble about everything.
Yeah, you do. Well,
not on here.
It was kind of easy. I'm just kidding. It was all in the. It's all in the draft, baby. It's all in the draft.
And how many mock drafts do you do on a normal basis?
I do about 50.
How many?
About 50.
About 50.
5-0.
He starts in like mid-July, and he does one about every day.
It changes on me all the time. It's like, damn, is he on that team anymore? No. That's what I'm kind of worried about tonight. It's like, who's the bad guy? It's like, he probably ain't even going to be on that team next year. It's like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, heck, in the building. I was making fun of him earlier, but hey, NDB, he's been part of the team. I always shout out Noah Dick Blow on the pod, but now we actually got him in the studio. What's going on, big dog?
Man, I'm glad to be back. About a margarita deep and half of an Angry Orchard, and I'm ready to talk some shit.
Hey, I'm glad to have NDB back on. He'll be helping us with our gambling big time. And, people out there, thanks for listening to the podcast. We ain't going to step on it. I ain't going to hark on it too long, but got people joining the team and stuff. Me and Craftman been trying to, and Swizzy. Swizzy's always on the ones and twos. But he ain't here with us tonight, but shout out to Chris and the team's coming together like we've always wanted. NDB be good at the gambling and stuff, so hopefully when the gambling time comes around, we'll be able to get him on. Brad's been winning championships, so redraft, dynasty, hopefully he'll be on a lot. And also Ian, he was on the last set of episodes, cousin Ian. The running back whisperer, all them. So you're going to see a lot. Yeah, potty pooper. You're going to be seeing a lot of faces on here. But tonight, we're talking about guys we're just totally out on tonight. Talking some shit. That's the way we roll. And, heck, and like Brad said just a second ago, like, this is going to be subject to change. Like, the Super Bowl ain't even happened yet. So, for all we know, 2 or 3 months, all this shit ain't happening. And I also want to say this, too. Like, the guys that were out on, I would say maybe at cost, you know what I'm saying? At certain times, even these guys that I hate, if they drop low enough, it's like, man, I can't help it. Gonna pick them anyways.
Yeah. Gotta pull the trigger.
Yep. So,
yeah, it's like draft costs. Yes, I mean, we're pretty much just choosing, guys that we think are going to be at high ADP, and we're not going to, spend the kind of price on them. But before we get into that, Matt, and everybody, I want to hear what y'all Super Bowl predictions are. Like, what do y'all think? We got to talk about the Super Bowl before we even get into this, right? We can't just leave the big game out.
Man, I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I've been betting against Kansas City, just losing money. So I probably should have put my money on Kansas City. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna put my money on them and then hope they lose. Man, if they win, then I get money. If they lose, then I'm happy as hell that they lost. That's how I feel.
That's a win.
Eagles
by 3, baby.
Yeah.
I'm betting with the offensive line and the defense, man. That's what Brady lost some Super Bowls, man. He did. This is going to be one of them times. This is going to be one of them times where Mahomes loses one. And I think the Eagles, I switched today. I was just sitting there thinking. I was like, man, that offensive line, Mailata, Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens, like, come on now. Like,
Saquon.
Yeah, that guy, you know, if you heard of him, he's pretty good.
God.
Yeah, you got to let me sleep on that one for a couple weeks. I mean, you know, I want to put the money on the Eagles, but I'm just so sick of Kansas City. I'm just being real. I mean, I know how it was like with the Patriots. Like when I was young, I was so sick of the Patriots, but it got to the point where I just respected them. I almost was like pulling for Tom Brady and stuff by the end of it, like with his last 4 of them. But maybe that'll happen with me with Patty and all that. But right now, I can't stand them motherfuckers, man. I'm just ready for them to lose.
You got to respect it, though. I mean, you got to respect.
Yeah. Them and the Zebras. Them refs. Come on now. I know I'm the conspiracy theorist around here, but come on, man. Some of that shit's getting a little wild.
What do you think about that, Brad?
You know what I think about it? I don't know. I mean, I don't think that they deliberately are getting away with stuff. I just think that, you know, that's who they want to see in there. You know, it's like, well, my conspiracy theory of the year was Trump just got elected, right? So
yeah,
he's the commander and chief, right? He's supposed to be the commanders and the chiefs.
But he was passing a lot of.
He's passing a lot of bills.
Oh my!
I was asked it more.
Preach it, man. Preach.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think they all want to.
I don't see how the NFL would want the Chiefs back in it. I mean, for viewings, for ratings, I would think it'd be better off to have, you know, I mean, the Bills versus whoever.
They got all them
just jump out in the middle and just like destroy the halftime show, even though she ain't even in it.
The Swifties ain't watching football anymore. They watch.
They watch it just for her dumb ass.
They
you like Taylor Swift, don't you?
I love Taylor
Swift. And you're watching football, ain't you?
No,
I'm not. I never watch football. I
just go off and Taylor. What Taylor Swift's doing?
Yeah. I'll put it like this. You know where I stand. Like when it comes to college football, it's rigged by the networks. When it comes to the NFL, it's rigged by Vegas. And a lot of people were putting money on the Bills to beat Kansas City. So that's where I see it's rigged. I don't think the NFL and Goodell's necessarily saying, man, we need the Chiefs in there. Got to get – I mean, Kansas City, what kind of market is that? Like, I mean, I guess Buffalo probably ain't much bigger. But the money was going to Buffalo that night. I put money on the Buffalo, and Vegas won that night. That's how I see it. They start buzzing the refs. You know what I mean?
But if you know what's going to happen, if you're that big a conspiracy theorist, why don't you bet with Vegas all the time?
Hey, well, listen, they lose sometimes, but you can Phil. That's what I say. It's no excuse. It's no excuse because I follow these people on Twitter like NFL's rigged and yada yada. I'm like, okay, no motherfucking excuses. Like, let's bet with the house every now and then. So you know me and Phil, we bet with the house all the time. I just really was thinking Buffalo was going to get it done this go around. Josh Allen. I just thought it was we need a rivalry. Man, Pat Mahomes needs a rival. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just dominating these dudes. So, I don't know. Buffalo, in the end,
really
Buffalo just couldn't close.
The only one that can beat him.
Yep.
The only one that can beat him, man, the only man that can beat Patty is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. He's the only one. So, if he wants to come out of if he wants to come out of retirement and save us all, I would love that. But shoot, Crab man, get us started, man. Give us a player to hate on this year, man.
Yeah.
All right. Hate, double hate.
Hate.
All right. Well, I'll get us started off with an easy one. This is a player that's kind of I think a lot of people wasted a draft pick, especially a first-round pick last year. But it's A.J. Brown. I think I'm going to be totally out on him next year because I think his name is it's gonna hold a lot of value still. But the way Saquon's coming back, that offensive line is going to be healthy, going to be ready to roll next year again. And that's the winning formula for this team. It's just to run the ball. A.J. Brown, they're a better NFL team with him on the field. But, yeah. I mean, you may think A.J. Brown's going to fall to the second. He'll probably be a second-round pick next year instead of a first, but I'm still not messing with it. I'd rather have a lot of guys over A.J. Brown, Mike Evans, players like that. I would much rather have, guys like that than somebody who's getting 5 targets a game. And I like to keep up with, like, the prize picks and the lines of the yards where they put it at. And for, like, the past month, 2 months, he's been at like 60-something yards. That's not an alpha receiver.
No.
Like 5.5 receptions.
He is an alpha receiver. He's just not used that way.
Yeah.
That's just not in their game script.
I mean, do any of y'all know what do you think about it? You agree or disagree? I mean, where are you at on that?
I agree completely. I drafted him in 2 leagues this year in the first round. He didn't do nothing for me. He had a couple big games, but other than that, he's on the sideline reading books.
Right. Read the book.
He ain't reading that thing.
Like I said, I'd rather have like Mike Evans or anybody like that over him. So I completely agree.
And Brad would have
last year
the top 40 running backs before he takes A.J. Brown. So
I only pick running backs in the first 4 picks. It don't matter.
Hey, last year he went in the back of the first. I feel like we was kind of fading him anyways. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we've ever come on here and been like the biggest A.J. Brown guys. You know what I'm saying, Kraft man?
We did say A.J. Brown over Jefferson.
I did. I was just about to say that. Nobody faded Jefferson more than I did, and shame on me for that one. I'm with you on the A.J. Brown shenanigans. He'll probably be going in the early second, mid-second, though, this go-around, is what I would say. So it'll be a little bit cheaper, but it's like y'all were saying as well. It's really like what Brad said. He's an alpha receiver, just not being used that way. Right. Go ahead, NDB.
You said you wouldn't draft him in the second. What if he made it to like the, end of the second? Would you draft him then?
Matt, what you think, Matt?
I mean, what are we looking at here? I just can't. I wish I had like an ADP of
Drake London or A.J. Brown.
It's London for me.
London. I agree with that. What about you, Brad? Drake
Give me
London
another.
or A.J. Brown?
I'd take London. I just, it's just how they use him is all it is. I mean, he is a good receiver. It's just that's just not there. If you can run down somebody's throat as well as the Eagles do, you're not going to take the chance of just throwing. You don't have to. Yeah.
What about Malik Neighbors or A.J. Brown? Bad quarterback over there.
I'm going A.J. Brown.
I'm going A.J. Brown.
I think I'm going to roll with – I want to say Neighbors today, but, hey, I don't know. They talking about bringing in, Shandor Sanders or whatever his name is. So, yeah, like they bringing in – trying to bring him in or whatever, and me and Crap, we'll break down these rookies later, but I ain't really necessarily all hyped up on. I mean, damn, the hype that they got from ESPN this year, man. Colorado, like, relax.
Colorado.
Yeah, like, he's getting a lot of hype that he might be good. We'll see, because I don't want to judge too early. He could be great, but I ain't buying it just because of what TV's telling me. You know what I'm saying? So. I want to say Neighbors just because he's real good, and he had those explosive games. He also had some bad games too, but I think A.J. Brown, I used to say this to Kraft that A.J. Brown was like a lesser Jamar Chase before this year because Jamar Chase just went the hell off. But Jamar Chase would give you like 40-point games and then give you nothing.
Right.
A.J. Brown is pretty much that, except now it's like those games ain't even happening as often. Those big games, they're not happening as often. At least Malik Neighbors, those 40-point games, they came a little bit. I think I would just try to hit on that upside a little bit more.
It's almost like Brown's becoming Metcalf.
Oof.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Just kind of, it's just kind of like it's just like like I said, Seattle's the same way. They can't score, so they have to kind of try to run it down your throat a little bit. But they're
Yeah.
They're not as good at it as the Eagles are.
Right. No, not at all. Not even close. But it's just like Metcalf would be a great receiver if they would use them the way they need to. You know, it's like I'm a big fan of Metcalf. I wish the Packers would get Metcalf.
Right.
You know, that'd be perfect for the Packers. But
I agree.
What about McDonkey? Or AJ Brown?
McConkey or AJ Brown?
Oh, McHonky? Man, I feel like you got to be rolling with McHonky. You know what I'm saying?
We putting some spoilers on the next episode.
There
we go.
All right, Brad, you want to toss out a name for us?
Dude, I know y'all gonna hate me on this because he won me a championship, but Alvin Kamara, I'm out on Alvin Kamara. Just for this next year coming up, I just don't see it with they're changing coaches. You know, I don't know what this new coach is going to do. The reason he did so well is because he was used so much. It's like they use him for little screen passes. They use him for everything. And he just pointed you like PPR your ass to death. You know, just killed it. So now I just don't. And with the new running back they just got, you know, Kendre Miller, I just don't. And plus, you know my rule, his ass got paid. I don't draft people that just got paid.
No.
What about for the third time? What about for the third time that he's got paid?
The third time when he's paid that, I just can't do it. You know, I just can't do it. He's already got paid. He's gonna be pretty lazy right now.
But what do you think his draft cost is going to be? He's older. Older players kind of tend to fall in the draft. I mean, he was kind of.
He's going to go third or fourth, probably, like he did last year. Third, fourth round. You don't think?
No, I mean, I just think people are stupid if they actually pull the trigger.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know,
he's
man.
on a skinny team. He bad head coach. Well, they don't even have a head coach, do they?
Well, I tell you what, I got a little name in my little book here that I would put over Alvin Kamara that I'll show y'all later.
Okay.
Better not.
Well, I'm in on Kamara where he's going to go. I think he's going to be a discount in drafts. Like I think you can get him late. Derek Carr's probably going to be back. Derek Carr from the start of his career to now, he just dumps it down to running backs. I mean, Josh Jacobs got a lot of receptions when he was with the Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, he ain't got to be that efficient, but I think mostly what you're trying to say, maybe, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but maybe you're just trying to say, like, this is the end. Like, Kamara's what? You just think he's done.
Yeah.
That's where I am, Stan. I kind of stand with that.
Too old. Yeah.
Yeah. The cliff's got to happen. Like, if we're playing Dynasty, heck, we got Kamara Craft, man. I mean, but the thing is, I just don't even think you could sell him.
Not right now.
The price that we would want.
Right. You'd have to sell him during the year if he's having, a couple good games.
Right.
I guess I'm just in between where Brad and Craftman stand because Craftman's talking about the price, and I agree. If that Joker's dropping in like 6th, 7th round type shit like that,
it ain't gonna be like that.
You're thinking.
Well, playing with y'all, he'll probably be a late 2nd round pick, knowing how running backs.
You play with me,
no, that's for Zamir White. That's Zamir White's play.
Yeah, man.
Don't put that on me.
But
Don't
yeah,
put that on me.
Yeah, but also the Cliff's been. It's got to come. All these running backs, man. I mean, people have been calling for the Cliff. Hell, I've been calling for the Cliff on Kamara, and it ain't really happened. But
Derrick
at some
Henry.
point it's got to. Derrick Henry, yeah. I mean, hell. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm just kind of in between on that one.
Well, Noah, you're the only one that ain't gone yet.
Yep, give us one.
Brock Bowers.
What?
Give me all eight.
I agree.
I think defenses are going to get a lot of film on them. Buck tight ends. I mean, I just don't see how it works out when you can get Kittle in like the 6th round. He finished as number 1 this year, didn't he? Or number 2?
Number 2.
Bowers was number 1.
Yeah, see, just pick Kittle at number 2.
Yeah.
I guess it's like the Laporta argument, right?
Yeah, look at what Laporta did this year. He was basically nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm with you. I feel like that one's going to be a little controversial.
I think he'll go in like the mid-second, honestly. I think he'll be like a mini Kelsey.
Right.
Hell,
Yeah.
and you know, Craftman knows this. Man, I will never draft a tight end up in there. I will never do it.
Sixth round or later for me.
Yeah. So I'm with you. That ADP is going to be way up there, and I ain't going to be trying to mess with that. So obviously, no matter what, I'll be out on it. Even if he is good next year, I will still be out on him because I'm not drafting a tight end in the late second, early third. I mean, hell, Kelsey would be going in the first round at times. Like that.
Right.
I could never. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Brock Bowers got to be. Now, let's just be real. I ain't going to straight up hate on him. Brock Bowers is a motherfucking beast.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's just hope that head coach and everything they bringing in, they just know Brock Bowers is the man and they know to use him. But yeah, I'm with you, NDB. And Craftman, want to add?
No, I mean I'm lockstep with NDB this time. I mean, for the first time ever, and but yeah, Bowers, incredible talent, but not drafting a tight end in the second round. He was only like 3 receptions away from setting the reception record for tight ends.
Yeah.
And he's a rookie. Like it's different than Laporta because Laporta was scoring all them touchdowns. He wasn't really getting used as consistently as Brock Bowers was. But like you said, teams are gonna realize they ain't really got nobody else to throw the ball to. Start doubling him when they can, and he's just not going to be. I think I could definitely see this year with Bowers being like his best year too.
Oh.
So you're also drafting him at his ceiling too.
Yeah,
Right.
you are. That's what you won't want to do.
Yeah,
You want to draft him. I want to bring up old shit, but that's who I drafted in Average Joe's, like as an 8th round or some shit, for Brock Bowers, and I was surprised with all the Georgia, people I was playing with, his ass didn't go. And I'll take him, because it was like he was way down there. He's way past all that. I was like, dude, I'll take him, because I figured the Raiders didn't have much receiver wise. So I mean, and that's what's going to change with the Raiders. Why I think that he's going to like what Noah was saying. I think that the receivers, they're going to get some better receivers this year, and they're going to use them a little bit more than they did last year.
they better bring somebody in there because Jacoby Myers he's a decent player, but I mean he ain't.
But that's their number one.
Yeah, that's their number one. They're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
DK might go reunite with Pete Carroll.
No, DK's going, man.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Donkey Kong's coming to us, baby.
So NDB out on Brock Bowers. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and toss me a name on out there, man. And this one's gonna hurt my soul a little bit. But I'm out on Cooper Kupp. And look, let me time stamp it real quick. I got the game log right here in front of me. Cooper Kupp. All right, he had that one game at the beginning of the year, 32 fantasy points. This is PPR, right? And he got hurt or whatever, and he came back. So we're talking about 16, 21, 15, 28, 20. And then after that, I don't know what the hell happened because this man was not even – he really wasn't even part of the offense. I mean, there's a lot of weeks where 3 targets. I mean, so with that being said, this offense really was like a Kyron Williams offense. You know what I'm saying? Puka's getting involved.
Puka.
Hell, yeah. Yeah, man, what the heck? I mean, they were getting it. I watched them play in the playoffs against, was it Minnesota? I think it was. Tight ends getting involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm already – there's a lot of uncertainty with the Rams. I've seen a report already. Cooper Kupp might not be back with the team. There are people are saying Stafford, trade candidate. There's always uncertainty with the Rams for some reason in the offseason. But I always take it to heart a little bit more because the Rams do things different than other organizations do things. They're selling for all their picks, but they're using their late round picks and hitting on them. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of out on Cooper Kupp. And I was saying Cooper, I don't even know where he's going to go in redraft. I'm sure he'll be low, and I'm sure his price will be okay. So maybe mine is more of like a dynasty taker, I guess. But Cooper Kupp, if he's like yours, you were dependent on him as your second, your third receiver. I feel like that's just not a good spot to be in. Like, if he's my fifth receiver,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I got a guy who has an upside. He might could give me 20. You know what I'm saying in a game. Other than that, Cooper Kupp, the decline has come for that man, and I'm just out on him.
How did Stafford did say he was playing for sure next year, right? That did come out, right, Matt?
I believe so.
Yeah.
How could they possibly, like, he's on the verge of maybe retirement or coming back? Like, how could they possibly just trade him in this type of situation? I don't see I think Stafford's coming back, right, with the Rams.
It would have to be just Steelers. I mean, one of them teams they think they're going to win this year, type deal like that. He probably ain't going nowhere, but even if it is, I mean,
that man going to play in the cold.
What are we
going
to do?
He's going to come back for a year and play in Pittsburgh instead of L.A.
I'm just saying that he's probably going to come back. But even if he does come back, I mean, what are we expecting from Cooper? I mean, this dude's goose egging you in fantasy playoffs,
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't want that on my team. That's somebody you need. You need to be able to rely on to slot him into your flex spot or whatever a little bit. You can't even rely on him. He might not even get no targets. I mean, goose eggs, 4 points, 5 points, 3 points. Sheesh. Man, that's terrible, man.
That's not even good for a flex.
He's the new Bobby Trees, baby.
Yeah.
Trees.
For real. I'm out, crap, man. I'm out on his ass.
I don't blame you. I've always loved me some Cooper Kupp, but, I mean – It was hard to keep betting on him. He's one of them players that I was just like, I keep going back to the great year he had, and I was like, where's this at? Where's this at? Is it ever going to come back? And it just ain't ever going to come back. Puka Nacua is like the god over there.
Yeah.
He's the best.
The time's got to come, and I feel like it's here.
Yeah. So I agree with that. Well, I got another one for you, Matt.
Go ahead.
Brad and NDB.
What you got?
Justin Jefferson, I'm out.
No.
I'm out.
Do it.
You're an idiot.
I'm out.
You're an
I'm
idiot.
out next year.
I think I'm gonna try to remove him from the stage
Kick him out.
real quick if
Get
I
him out of
can.
here.
Get him out of here. This one right here.
Hey,
But go ahead, crap, man. Plead your case, man.
I'll just play my case. So this past year, everybody was saying like we should be out on Justin Jefferson. We need to bump him down a notch because Sam Darnold's coming in, and you know we were all wrong. He was fine. Sam Darnold, it was all good. And I think this coming year, when people are drafting, they're just gonna take the easy way out and say, all right, he was great with Sam Darnold. He was great with a bad quarterback, so he's gonna be great again. But I think the best thing to do is actually question what he's going to look like with J.J. McCarthy. The Vikings, I still think they got figured out like the Dolphins did. Kevin O'Connell got figured out at the end of last year. Jefferson's still going to be great. I'm not saying I'm not going to draft him at all if he falls, but there's a lot of guys I'd take over him, like Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, and all the top four, Amon-Ra, Jamar Chase. So coming into next year, if J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback, I'm just saying to don't go into next year and be like, we just questioned Justin Jefferson's talent with Sam Darnold and it worked out. You still need to go through the process of this is a rookie quarterback. J.J. McCarthy might not be good. The Vikings were what, 14-3? You think they're gonna go 14-3 next year?
Beat us?
Hell no.
I don't like to talk about it, but yeah.
I don't think
that's my point.
I'm just wondering how you get to the end of how you get to the conclusion that they got figured out and they were 14-3.
Well, they got figured out. Detroit, the Rams. I'm just saying they went 14-3. They're not going to repeat that next year. The Vikings are going to be more. It's going to be more realistic of where they might be a 10-win team, 11-win team. They're going to have some bumps in the road with a rookie quarterback. If they bring back Sam Darnold, that'll be great. But everything that I've heard so far is it seems like Sam Darnold might be on the way out.
Yeah.
So
how do you say they're going to be a 10-win team, 11-win team when you think the quarterback's going to be trash?
I didn't say the quarterback was. I didn't say the quarterback was going to be trash. I'm just saying.
Why are you down on Jefferson then?
I think what he's saying. I think what he's saying is where he's going to be going at. You're talking about if he's in the first round, he's not worth the first round. He's worth maybe second or third, right?
I'm just saying there's more receivers that should be going ahead of them.
All right, well,
I think Jefferson.
it-
I think Jefferson next year would be like it'll be Jamar Chase, Jefferson. I don't think it should be that. I think it should be Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Puka Nacua, Nico Collins, Jefferson.
Yeah,
I think I would go. I would go Nico, JJ, then Puka. I swear, I don't even know. I don't even know. That was tough. I don't know, man. I just faded him last year. I feel like I learned a valuable lesson to just not.
And that's where I'm at. And that's where I'm at. It's like people are going to come into next year and say I shouldn't have done it, but maybe they should think about. They got a rookie. I mean, he's not a rookie, but he was hurt all last year. He's pretty much a rookie coming in.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is we thought Sam Darnold was gonna be trash, but in Kevin O'Connell's offense, JJ McCarthy might be God, like Jaden Daniels for all.
He could be.
That's why I wouldn't fade him. I would take the risk.
Yeah, you can get McCarthy way down the road.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably going to be like
undrafted, maybe.
You know,
he can't be no worse than Sam Darnold.
No.
But yes, he could. He could
Sam
definitely
Darnold.
be worse. He could definitely be worse than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold had a good year.
He did.
I think Sam Darnold got figured out more than the Vikings got figured out. Dude just couldn't play in the big time moments. He got busted up. And the only time we saw JJ McCarthy was that preseason game.
Kevin O'Connell's a really good coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Really good.
I ain't gonna say they got figured out. That's the part that gets me about the Kraft man's take is saying they got figured out. They're 14-3, man. I mean, come on now. You talking?
They're not going to be that. They're going to be a 10-1.
I mean, they might not be that, but they could be. But you could also look at it as that. I mean, you could also look at it like, damn, they won 14 games with Sam Darnold. You know what I'm saying? You could view it like that. Now they got a first round pick in there. I'm not saying. I mean, Sam Darnold was one, but he's basically a journeyman at this point. Hell, I've had Sam Darnold's back. Like if I was Vikings, I'd bring them both back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, Kraft, man.
You ain't with me, don't
we? All looking at. Hey, I'm just. We all. I just think it was funny. We all looking at Kraft, man, with a side eye for this one tonight. I guess we needed that. What help? Brad, go ahead. Brad, toss us another name out there.
Well, who I'm not on.
Yeah, not on. If you got it,
so going with that. Who I'm not. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm. You know me. I pick running backs over just about anybody. I don't care. They get the ball the most. That's who I usually go with. I guess the most overhyped, like CeeDee Lamb is somebody I really would never touch over, a lot of the running backs and stuff like that.
No, you're about to get hated all tonight.
Hey. Okay, you know what? Plus he's the Cowboys, so I don't really give a shit. All the Cowboys can die, burn in hell. I don't give a shit. He also knows I don't pick no damn Cowboys. I don't pick them.
Yeah.
You can't pick their running backs. Andy B, what you think about that? CeeDee Lamb?
I really don't know how to feel about it with that new head coach coming in, honestly. Dak coming off surgery to his hamstring that's been in the smoker too long.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like he's more of a riskier pick than JJ. And Austin just said he would take CD over JJ. So do you really still stand with that? I'm still on that.
I just want to point out something to y'all with CD. This year was more impressive than the year he had before when he finished as a wide receiver 1. He was the wide receiver 5 this year. Go ahead, Matt. You got my back, right?
Yeah, I got Kraft man's back because, look, man, I am a CD guy because, I mean, this man, listen, I was willing to sell CD at the end of the year for a playoff run. I was like, can somebody give me a player to help me win my playoff? All right, so they're offering me Drake London, Garrett Wilson, guys like that. Man, CD's better than these guys with Cooper Rush as their quarterback and Mike McCarthy and all that bullshit they had going on. CD was CD was like wide receiver 4 through like way over half over the year.
He was wide receiver 5.
And he's playing with bums.
He was wide receiver 8.
Yeah, he's playing with.
Where Where did he?
He was wide receiver 29 at the end of the year.
How was he at the end of the year? Is what I'm kind of. Whenever I draft receivers and stuff, I worry about like what they're going to do for me when it really matters. Like at the end of the year, you know what I'm saying?
The last 3 games he put up in half PPR, it was 18.4, 22.1, and 14 with 2 touchdowns.
14 would have lost you the whole damn thing. No, I'm just kidding.
93 yards, 116 yards, and 105 yards.
That's pretty damn good.
What a terrible player. Golly, what a terrible player. Playing with a backup quarterback.
I'm biased. I you know, I just don't.
Yeah, I kind of agree because he did better with Cooper Rush than he did with Dak.
He
the
does.
First of the season, he put up 11, 17, 7, 8,
Right.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to get
back
it out.
And McCarthy's
I'm
gone.
just
You
gonna
know,
be
he's
honest.
the greatest coach there ever
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That's why
They're gonna get back to slinging the rock again. Hey, I just believe that they're gonna get back to slinging the rock again this year. I mean, Ceedee was hurt too all year, man. Playing bum, they got a bum shoulder all year.
They need a run game.
Yeah.
They do need a run game.
They need a coach other than Jerry Jones.
Yes. Hey, and listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say this because I've actually backed Jerry Jones at times because I think the hate gets a little too much for him. But good Lord, I mean, the coaches that he hires, it's just like a bunch of yes men. You put a little yes man out there, like you need to quit doing that shit, bro. Like when they were passing on the running backs last year, I was like, man, I ain't even gonna hate on them for not drafting a running back. You know what I'm saying? These classes are weak. I mean, we seen Brooks, Benson. What did they do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, so I'll give them credit for some moves, but it's like, dude, what the hell are you doing hiring these? I mean, you can't do better. You're the Cowboys. You can't do better than that, man. Come on, bro. Jerry Jones really has. I try to defend him sometimes, but I can't defend him right now.
It's like a circus. You know, it's just, he likes the circus. He likes the attention. You know, he likes to make all the moves, even though they're terrible.
I mean, what can the Cowboys really do to come to the Cowboys back a little bit? Like, if they would have hired a flashy guy like Deion Sanders, we'd all be sitting here on the podcast like, oh, what a terrible – they just trying to get views. They're just trying to build their brand. But then they hire somebody in the – I don't think Schottenheimer's a bad hire, truthfully.
Why?
No, I don't either. I mean, but he's not going to be calling the shots.
Jerry, right.
You're the Dallas Cowboys, and like you're not even in the running for the guys like Bill Belichick's out there. Mike Vrabel's out there. I'm not saying Schottenheimer's.
McCarthy just left.
McCarthy's out there.
Bring him back.
Bring it back. I mean, there's coaches out there. I mean, hey, I know Dan Quinn just left, but it's like you had Dan Quinn in your organization, and now look what he's doing in Washington.
Kellen Moore.
Like, See, I wish Kellen Moore would come back for CD purposes.
They got hired away from them, though. That's kind of what happens with any team. It's like Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn. You're a good coordinator. You're going to get a head coach's job or whatever.
But you can't tell. Listen, you can't tell Dan Quinn's in your organization. I'm a Falcons fan, and I was ready for Dan Quinn to go because dude had way too many time management slip-ups and everything. But the dude made it to the Super Bowl with the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's with the fucking Falcons to make it to the Super Bowl. You got him in your own organization, and you got Mike McCarthy up in there? Like, come on, man. That's just
McCarthy was never a good coach.
I agree. Yeah. He would. Was it McCarthy's fault, though, or did Aaron Rodgers just run the whole damn thing? And
I think it was still McCarthy. I mean, he called the dumbass plays.
And then Aaron Rodgers got to the line of scrimmage and said, we ain't going to run these dumbass plays, guys.
Papa Purge.
We're going to run my plays. Yeah,
Papa Purge.
Because I'm on ayahuasca.
Andy B, you got any was that you just doing? Oh, you got a name? Any more names for us?
Jaylen Waddle.
Woohoo.
I know y'all agree with that one. That offense has gotten bigger. That timing offense. And Tyreek's probably going to leave because he don't trust Mike McDaniel with his vaping ass.
Damn nerd.
Yeah, I heard that. Nerd. That dude.
Yeah.
I think his biggest game was 16 points, and he had a game with -4 yards. So the man usually goes in late second, early third round. I wouldn't draft him past the 8th.
Jesus,
Crap, man! I want to go, man. I want to go, crap, man. Because what did I say? This was probably I don't even know when. I went on my rant about Waddle, didn't I? It's just somebody you don't want on your team, and yada yada yada. Me and you own a team in the FFPC league, and what did I say? I said I hate to say this, I think Jaylen Waddles will buy low because Tyreek Hill, that's my next guy. I'm out on fucking Tyreek Hill. Jaylen Waddle, I mean, I don't know. I think we might could see one of those years more like his rookie season. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a PPR thing. If we can get Tyreek Hill's ass on out of there, I do understand. And trust me, I 100% know what Noah Dick Blow is saying right here because Waddle, I mean, damn, he's always in the tent. And I mean, it's just you got him. You always have him in your lineup, and the man's always hopping off the field. So if you feel like that, which I do after this year, I do feel that way. I'm 100%. I'm with Noah Dick Blow, but it's like when we're talking dynasty, it's like I can't help it, man. I mean, Jaylen Waddle's a slick little buy low out there, especially if we can get Tyreek Hill out.
There's no way I'm giving a first for him.
Oh, I give a first. I give a late first for him.
There's no way.
You wouldn't get Matt FFPC. We get the 110 for Jaylen Waddle. Would you do it? I'd rather have Waddle.
I'd really want to see a rookie board, but yeah, I might would. I would. How about this? I would trade. I got Devontae Smith. Could I trade Devontae Smith and get Waddle? I'd do that.
No, you do not do that. Don't make me go put my jersey on.
Right. If I'm out on AJ Brown, I'm sure out on Devontae Smith.
I would trade Devontae Smith for Jaylen Waddle.
Does it even get done?
I don't think it gets done. I mean, Noah's over here.
I wouldn't accept it.
I think you both lose in that trade.
I mean, you get Jaylen Waddle in a blue tent with Waddle on the side of it. I mean, hell no.
I mean, Noah ain't lying though. I mean, that's my thing about it, man. I mean, this dude this dude Waddle, he's always in your lineup and he's always hopping off the field, man. It's inevitable.
But you're right, Matt. Though, if Tyreek goes, he could be a good pick. You know, like I said, if Tyreek goes, that's the whole key. Yeah.
And see,
it could be more like
No.
Go ahead. No.
My whole thing's not on Waddle. I think he's a good player, even though he gets injured 100 times a game. I think it's the coach and the offense they run. That time and offense just does not work anymore.
Yeah, it is figured out. That's an offense that's been figured out.
Yeah,
completely.
And
yeah,
I mean, I do think it's a buy low. So, like, going off of last year's rookie draft, Xavier Worthy or Jaylen Waddle in Dynasty?
Yeah. Worthy. I think you're wanting Worthy, bro.
Yeah, right.
I hate to say it.
Keon Coleman.
It feels like it. You want Waddle over Keon Coleman.
I definitely say
I'd go Waddle over Coleman.
Ladd, it's easily Ladd.
Ladd, yeah.
Yeah, Ladd.
So he's probably worth like a late first, early second.
Darnell Mooney or Jaylen Waddle?
Just Jaylen Waddle, man.
I'm picking Moon Pie, baby.
Moon Pie.
Yeah, that gives us a good transition because my next guy that I was gonna say Tyreek Hill, because I don't think Tyreek Hill's coming back, and I mean, my thing is I think Tyreek Hill, I think he's gonna draw interest from one of these teams that want to compete, like Baltimore and shit like that.
Or the Chiefs.
Chiefs, Packers. They might want to bring in a little Tyreek Hill. Bring him on in.
Packers don't roll that way. They get somebody that's used up and just they ain't getting nobody like Tyreek Hill. It's like, no, we're getting somebody trashy. Who are we gonna get, Austin? We're gonna get
I think we're gonna get like
Keenan Allen,
Chris Godwin. Yeah, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, somebody like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. But my thing is with Tyreek Hill is it's like the same thing. If he does come back to Miami, that offense has been figured out, bro.
Right.
And it's going to be, if they bring back the same thing, they bring back the same core, it's going to be a Achane, Jonnu Smith thing again, in my opinion. I mean, I know that Tyreek Hill was hurt. I think he was hurt literally all year. From the beginning, I know that one thing he said, they put handcuffs on me and my hands been hurting since. Like that. That's dumbass shit. That's some weak sauce. But I do think he probably hurt himself in the preseason or whatever. The man was hurt all year. So maybe Tyreek Hill's a buy low, but I'm just kind of out on Tyreek Hill because I think his price will still be I mean, I don't even know what his price will be. It'll definitely be second round this go round, but
Probably.
maybe a little later. But I don't know, man. I'm just kind of out on Tyreek unless this man goes to some kind of spot that we're just like, holy shit, Tyreek Hill's here.
The Ravens wouldn't be good for him.
No, would not be.
No,
I agree.
terrible.
I mean, Buffalo. What if he went to Buffalo? I mean,
Not
that'll be
not
Not
good.
good either.
Still not be good.
I think he's better off staying with the Dolphins. I think that's
And-
the best spot for him.
And
be the
you're
Dolphins.
saying that's the best spot, and I'm still saying that offense is beat out, and I think Mike McDaniels ain't shit. I mean, Noah Dick Blower, he alluded to it. I went on a rant to that Capri wearing vape dude on the sideline. Dude's not a football coach. He's just a little offensive nerd. But that
Chargers.
little offense, it's been figured out. Chargers? What you think? Chargers?
Yeah, Chargers be okay.
Texans.
Oh,
They got
man.
Nico on the other side. But it'll still be good. I mean, we got Tank. You got Tank
You
Dell.
got Diggs. That
No,
was
Tank
there,
Dell's
he would have
done.
success.
Tank Dell's done.
That's a guy that I'm out on next year. Tank Dell
You
and,
on the Tank?
and Christian Watson. I'm out on both of them guys.
Well, yeah,
They're
I'd
not
be
gonna
out
play.
on Christian Watson too if I was a Packers fan.
They ain't, neither one of them going to play. Tank Dell broke.
Tank
Brad.
Dell won't play for the next 10
Tank Dell
years.
won't play.
Really?
He broke
Is that banged up?
Yeah.
He has to have multiple surgeries on his knee, leg.
He
Yeah, that hit was pretty
dislocated
bad.
his knee.
Whole body.
Tore his ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL, any L's. He tore all the L's.
So he's just basically in a full body cast right now while we're talking.
Tank went through his leg.
He's banged up.
I'm
Banged up on the
Tank,
leg.
motherfucker.
Yeah, that motherfucker ain't no Tank Bigsby.
Well, hell,
I'm the Tank.
heck, we've thrown out a bunch of names. Let's just start spitting some names out. We ain't got to go as in depth as we've been going, but let's toss some. You got any more names, Crabman? Toss some names out that we out on. Noah, Brad, anybody?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore
Fuck that
out on him.
motherfucker. That's all I gotta say.
DJ Moore done burnt that man. Noah.
Well, he
No, he
did.
ain't burnt me.
He does play on the Bears,
Come on,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, I'm with you. I wasn't. Well, Crabman knows where I stand. I'll talk about Roma Dunze. I think he's the best buy low in Dynasty right now. So I think DJ Moore is just a little, get Keenan out of there. DJ Moore, whatever. I don't really have an opinion about him because I ain't gonna pick him no matter what. Probably. Kraft, another name.
Jaden Daniels. I'm out. I'll be out on Jaden Daniels next year. His stock. So many dynasty players have made their way into redraft, and the dynasty everything's came up. Jaden Daniels is gonna be good next year. He's gonna be
One or two.
He's gonna be
Well,
really
off the
good.
board.
He's gonna be really good, but there's no way. I mean, we did this whole CJ Stroud thing this past year, Matt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he's
I
a
made
running
the prediction.
quarterback. I get it. He's a rushing quarterback who's going to get all these yards. But if he's going anywhere around Lamar Jackson, I'm taking Lamar Jackson. He's done it for 8 years instead of 1 year. And a sophomore slump's a real thing. I mean, CJ Stroud's gone through it. I feel the same way about Bo Nix. I think he's going to have his struggles next year. He's going to be drafted a little higher.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have Jaden Daniels, especially in Dynasty. Damn, I'd pay a lot for him. But in redraft next year, he's going to shoot up the draft boards. He's going to be like the number 5 quarterback taken. Probably, you got Josh Allen, Lamar, Jalen Hurts.
Burrow.
I think he's going to be like number 4 or 5. And I'd just pass on that price and move on and take somebody later. Or pay up a little bit more, like not a full round, but just a couple picks before and get Lamar Jackson.
Or Josh Allen.
If you're going to pick a QB early, which none of us really do.
Yeah.
Nah.
Joe Flacco.
And
Flacco.
toss some other names. We got some other names.
Noah?
I got a
Bucky
couple that
Irvin.
I just want to bury. Who is Bucky Irvin? Oh man, I don't know what to think about that.
I think he's going to go too high for my liking. I think he's going to be a good player, but I think he'll go in mid-second, early third, and I just don't think he's right there. I'd rather have James Conner over him, if that says anything.
He'll definitely go over James Conner next year.
for sure.
He's
I'd
going to
rather
be in
have
the second.
Conner.
Bucky's going in the second round.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to spend something on like that when it could be a Tony Pollard situation.
Right.
Yeah. Any other? Look, I want to throw some names to bury them. These ain't names that we were in it, but their hype always creeps back up. Anthony Richardson out.
Oh,
time to be out
yeah.
on
He
that
shouldn't
guy.
get drafted.
His hype he'll probably get some more hype. He'll probably do something in the preseason and training camp or something. I got another one. Kyle Pitts. Done. It's time to be done with him.
Kyle Pitts.
He's a unicorn, man.
Hey,
He's a
it's
unicorn.
over with.
Do you not
Names like
remember
that
that
gotta
1,000-yard season in his rookie year, Matt? You
Come
can't.
on.
I can't remember anything Kyle Pitts ever did, on or off the field.
It's just over with. That dude, I watch Falcons football. That dude does not care about football, or he's just ass. I can't tell. He either just sucks or he just don't care. So I'm sick of his ass. I mean, I used to think, he's hurt or something. Man, the dude he just can't run. He just can't run a route. So they're not going to use him like that. They're going to use Drake London next year with Phoenix. Javonte Williams, done. Got to be out on him.
He's going somewhere else anyway.
Yeah,
I mean, he's getting – the Broncos done said they weren't bringing him back. So
Yeah, he'll go to the Cowboys.
what if he goes to the boy? What if he goes to the boys?
Cowboys.
Then I guess we'll reassess. Then we'll just have to reassess and do it again. But out on him. Those are just some names that we need to bury. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like how I used to say about like Jerry Jeudy and all them guys. Like for some reason, some people just get a lot of hype. Let's just get rid of guys. Let's just get rid of some of them.
What about Najee?
Guys. Go ahead.
If he goes somewhere other than the Steelers, just say he went to the Cowboys, how you feeling?
They will reassess. I'm just kidding. I don't.
I think the Steelers, if you can't run with the Steelers, you can't fucking run.
You know, Crabman knows I've been on it. Najee had that great year when Big Ben threw him 100 targets, dumped it down to him. He ain't shit. The same reason why people hated on Rachaad White all these past couple of years, they just want to turn a blind eye to Najee. So I don't know. I've kind of been out on Najee, but
especially when Jalen Williams or Jalen Warren, is getting more points than he is. You know, it's like, if you can't run with the Steelers, I just feel like you can't run at all.
Yeah,
you're probably right on that.
Yeah,
Crabman, toss out, just throw out some names.
I mean, I only got one more, and it's Malik Neighbors, who we talked about earlier. I just think his draft stock. I guess I just had all the high end motherfuckers that were just going to be like first or second round picks. But Malik Neighbors, you know how the hype is. I love betting on like second year receivers to be good, but can anybody answer who the Giants quarterback is? I mean, what's the best case? What's the best case scenario? I think Malik Neighbors will be going around Brian Thomas next year, and that shit won't even be a conversation to me. Brian Thomas all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
Best case scenario for the Giants is to get Cam Ward, in my opinion. That would be the best case scenario for Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors had 170 targets this year. Incredible target share.
Yeah.
Never what he did with them.
He ended up being all right. I don't have his thing right in front of me.
But he was drafted pretty high too. Remember,
he was like 4th round pick,
right?
Early 4th,
right?
He actually paid off a little bit on his draft pick a little bit because he finished as a wide receiver 7 in half PPR. 109 receptions for 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns with the Giants.
He really had those. Yeah, he just had those huge games. He had, you know what I'm talking about? He had a few real big games. You know what I'm saying? He kind of made it. I don't think he was like. I think he might have hurt you a little more than when you look at it. Wide receiver 7, like that sounds good, but I don't think it was as good as what you think. He just had them real great weeks. You know what I'm saying? But I think he had some duds. What can I say? I got no Neighbors shares. I didn't put,
Yeah, I didn't have them.
Pay attention. So
well, here's his game log past bye week in week 11. So this is when they got rid of Daniel Jones. Yeah, stat bitch. Got rid of Daniel Jones. They moved on. They had Drew Lock and a hodgepodge of quarterbacks. So he had 9 points. This is half PPR. 9, 11, 12, 19, 10, 32, 14. I mean, it's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
Not bad for a rookie at all.
All right. Well, this Crapman had a couple wild takes tonight. Then, sheesh.
I guess so. I just feel like where the ADP is going to be at next year. Like I'm just not going to be in. I named a whole bunch of good ass players. You were naming people like Javonte Williams and shit.
That was
you were taking the easy road.
Hold on, man.
You're just driving down the dirt. You're driving down the dirt road while I'm on fucking I-75 in traffic.
Man, hold on, Crap, man. That was just at the end, just so I could dump on them. They got to dump those guys. The other names, they weren't.
Chosen Anderson.
Yeah, Chosen Anderson. I'm out.
Yeah.
That's my boy right there. Chosen.
I just had, every year I got to come in and bury some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? I just get sick of the hype. It just drives me insane. That Trey Lance hype didn't die for like 3 fucking years. Like, dude, I mean, come on, man. Like, I have to spend some time burying shit like that. You know what I mean? I didn't shit on him. You know what I mean? I could sit up here and be like, me and Crabman were right about Anthony Richardson from the jump, but I ain't gonna do that.
And Will Levis.
That's just not how I'm gonna do it.
Will Levis.
And Will Levis.
You ain't right about Will Levis because he's coming back.
Yeah, to the bench.
Oh man.
He's getting everybody between waters and Gatorades and shit.
Man, my biggest L I have to take is Bo Nix, though. I was shit on that man from day one.
Yeah.
And Bo Nix was a freaking beast.
Yeah. Heck, we could make a whole episode on shitty takes, I feel like, if we really remembered them all. But
I don't remember the shitty ones. I just remember the good ones.
I'm going to be real. Craftman will always be remembered for that Amari Cooper take when we first started the podcast.
Oh,
God.
What has he done since then?
I don't know, but that man went off that year.
He won me a championship
that one time.
Yeah, the only reason he was rosterable because Joe Flacco came in that bitch and lit it up.
So did. Well,
if it was Deshaun Watson, though, that's where my take came from. I was like, yeah, Deshaun Watson, he ain't rosterable.
Don't backstep.
Well, shoot, man, I say we just wrap this whole episode up. We done shit on these folks enough. Wrapping it up, Crab Man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. That was a good one.
You can't hear the song?
I hear the song.
I can hear the song. Can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh,
good now.
All right. Well, look, 5-star review. And check us out on YouTube. We're starting to move our stuff over to the YouTube stuff. But hey, Crabman, anything you want to say to the people?
No, I just appreciate everybody for listening. And we out.
Yep. Hey, NDB. I ain't lined up the music right. It'll probably go off. But NDB, anything you want to say?
I'm just glad y'all brought me on, man. I had a good time. Can't wait to be back on, man.
Brad?
Yes, same here, brother. I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Well, listen, everybody. Thank y'all for listening to the podcast. As always, doing our thing. But like Crabman said, man, we out.
Peace.
Peace.
Now.